Hey, good evening, YouTube. So here I got that 238 SC I picked up. I was talking to a few people about these. Evan, uh, Evan out in Ontario. I think he's a fan of these. I watched some videos like A Fleet Command did a video with his buddy Bob about them, and I mean they're kind of rare birds. And because it's a rare bird, and there are people that like these, I listed on eBay. Now I listed on eBay for $275 Canadian plus shipping. And in my mind that's high price, but I don't care because I kind of want to keep it. But also, an acquaintance of mine, Wayne, just west of Edmonton here, he's interested in too, and there's a good chance I might do some horse trading with him because he's got some stuff that I think he knows I like home light stuff. But anyways, like, 275 is not bad for this saw, in my opinion, because the last two on eBay one went for $286 and one went for $290 Canadian, and they weren't even complete. The one that went for $290 was completely missing the clutch cover. Some of these are good cleaning, good bath, anyways. I don't think this switch is correct. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Someone scratched on off there. But I might actually throw an actual proper switch because I do have some of those here. But so I think it might be better in the hands of a collector, so I'm not going to port it, because the thing is, you screw up a cylinder on this, you ain't finding another one. Like, they are, Evan said they only made them 3 years. So yeah, we're just going to, but there's one little interesting thing that I saw in IPL, which I kind of want to take a look at. Top cover off, it's actually missing a screw on the other side, top cover. I think I have one that'll work. They didn't change these screws much over the years, and I have some part saws kicking around, and there's missing 2 recoil screws too, but I have some of those around too from a 266. I'm sure they're the same screw. Yeah, hopefully. So here's the air filter. Now the weird thing I saw in the IPL is this. And what's that? The crankcase? Not really. Take a look at this. Well, it's probably missing a little bit of dipshit, but you see that? It's still in there. That's a pre-filter, as far I believe. This is a pre-filter. The pre-filters air before it goes through these passages into the airbox. So I'm assuming that's roughly sealed. Damn, this thing's dirty. So yeah, this airbox is sealed. It's not like the later saws, like the air injection or turbo or, well, was it Super Clean on Poolin Pros? It's called air injection on Husqvarnas and then turbos on John's Rig. So this doesn't have any of that crap, but it has a pre-filter, which I think is kind of neat. Those holes are pretty small though. But like I said, this saw is kind of a rare bird, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Like, oh, actually, I just noticed too, this Husqvarna 42 chassis must have that too. Interesting. That's kind of neat, actually. But yeah, it has a pre-filter, which is dirty as all can be. So that needs to be cleaned out. This whole saw needs good cleaning. There's crap everywhere. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep it. If someone offers, if it sells on eBay within the next 24 hours, it's going to be gone. But if not, if it doesn't sell in that time, I'm going to keep it. It's funny though, I listed for $275. Someone was watching on eBay, so I put the price down to I think $265, and they countered at $65. I'm like, what the fuck, dipshit. So I'm assuming someone's just fucking with me. Someone watches the channel or someone that knows me. So then I countered at $400 because, you know, whatever. But yeah, so it's got a pre-filter. I think that's pretty interesting. I'm sure these are unobtainium, just like most of the parts on the saw. Like that 42 chassis, I'm pretty sure the tank and handle are the same, but yeah. So it's kind of interesting little saw. And apparently, when I was talking to Evan there, he was telling me like these things are just little rip snorters, like crazy high RPM. Like, I mean, it's still only a 38cc saw, so I mean, you can only expect so much from it. It's not gonna, but I'm not gonna port it because that seems like a crime against humanity, in my opinion. It's too bad. It'd be a cool saw to port. But if I do keep it, I could technically still kind of port it, because I could take this cylinder and piston off, but so we're nice and safe, and then, I mean, this is kind of busted up, the cylinder, but I could use this Husqvarna. I'm pretty sure this Husqvarna 42 cylinder will pop right on there, I think. Pretty sure. You know, the fins broke off, but I still have some of the fins. I might actually try to tack them back on at work, weld them back on. But yeah, this cylinder's still got a lot of life left in it. I mean, the carbon that's in this thing's unreal. Like, I don't know if you guys, I'll pick up on camera. Let's turn some light on if I can. Where's the flash? I cannot, well, where's my flashlight? Yeah, let's make a YouTube video. Let's not be prepared for anything and see what happens. That's how I roll. I don't know where my stupid flashlight is. But let's just say, see if I can put my finger behind there. No, it's hard to tell, but you can see where you can see my finger. This port is like 50% clogged up with carbon. Like, that might have had a reason for its demise, but this has an interesting port shape too. It kind of directs the flow towards the intake side. But I think I'll take this to work tomorrow. There's that little ding right there, and that's not for me. Someone else before me tried to pry this thing off. So I think I'm gonna throw it on a lathe and just kind of give it a shave. I mean, I'm talking taking like maybe 5/1000ths off it. I'm not gonna go crazy, because the thing is, with this, I could actually port this saw and be 42cc. Now, I don't know if you can get an actual 42 piston, but I'm sure I can find a piston that works. I think I read something online about another saw piston that works. So we'll see. So I might clean this up. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put a proper switch on it, because I don't like this switch that doesn't belong. Unless they did belong, but I've had older Husqvarnas than this, and they still had the more standard red slider on it. This must have been just something someone scabbed on. And I'd like to find the choke rod for it too, because this is just a cotter pin for a choke right now. But I know the saw runs, and when I took it apart, there's a lot of fuel laying about, and I thought maybe that's because the top cover off and that was so clogged with debris. Maybe it was just running rich, like, because it just couldn't get enough air. So yeah, that's the story of this saw. But like I said, it's on eBay. At the end of the day, at work tomorrow, I'm going to take it off. But it's so cold in Edmonton today, I might just try to clean this thing up, because it is one filthy saw. It's missing a few chain brake pieces, but whatever. I'm sure some other chain brake pieces might work on it. Yeah, this thing's filthy. Like, I'm not one to meticulously clean my saw every time I use it, but I also would never ever let a saw get this bad. This is flipping horrible. Like, that's unreal. I know the starter cover's like that too, so you know what, if someone would have kept running this saw the way it is, especially with this all jammed up with stuff, it might have overheated, because I mean, even though this is not pushing any air into the airbox, this is still cooling all the fins, and if you can't get air through there, like, look at that, it's just cake and stuff. I think this is one of the dirtiest saws I've had in my possession. I mean, the outside got wiped down by the previous owner, but wow, it's gonna be a, I might almost take some parts off and take it to the car wash and just spray it. Save me from some frustration. But yeah, it's just everywhere, just packed full. Like, this thing was probably getting like little to no airflow in there. Anyways, that's it for today. It's just a short video. So I'm not going to port it as is. This cylinder, these are unobtainium. Like, try finding one of these if you go to Sweden. I don't know. Excuse me. Anyways, hope everyone's having a great day. I'll catch you all later.